I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jessica, and together we are the Wine Mouths.
Welcome back to
What's in the Bag?
So we are approaching the end of September, which means the end of NC Wine Month.
Yeah.
Which means we are on our very last wine.
Womp womp.
But we are excited to try this one. So the last wine we have in our bag is the Surry Cellars Sparkling Lot 153. Woo.
All right, so let's get in there. This is a great way to end North Carolina Wine Month with a sparkling wine.
Yeah, and so Surry Cellars is a winery, but it is part of Surry Community College, which has a full winemaking, grape growing program. So this bottle was made by students.
And one of those students was actually you.
Yeah, so they have a 2-year degree program for viticulture and enology. They also have certificates, or you can just go hop in and take a class if you want to do intro to winemaking or something like that.
Wines of the world, just kind of dip your feet in.
Yeah, but they have a full production, so there's 5 acres on campus, so they grow the grapes, make the wine, and sell it at festivals and some different places.
Different bottle shops and around, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And we decided to go with this sparkling wine, not only because it's a great ending, but because they actually make the sparkling in the traditional method.
Yes, which we were going to talk about in length.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
go ahead and taste it first
Sure.
before we get too ahead of ourselves.
And this one specifically is 100% Petit Manseng. And Petit Manseng is a French grape.
Yes. Good acidity.
Nice round bubbles. It's nice you get some of that bready, toasty character from a traditional sparkling, but I think with that grape you still get some tropical fruit.
Definitely. And some citrus, which I was just swirling, but with sparklings you really shouldn't swirl because you're going to get rid of some of the bubbles.
And ideally we would have smaller little flutes, but
Yeah. We just really love our wine mouth glasses. That's good.
that is good.
The bubbles just kind of dance on your tongue. That's a nice one.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you make
Yeah.
sparkling wine.
Yeah, so it's a multi-step process.
6 to be exact.
Yes. And it's definitely more involved than making traditional non-sparkling wine, but I think it's worth the effort.
Yeah. And usually it's more expensive, so it is worth the extra dollar when you hear these 6 steps.
Yeah. All right, so first you're going to start out by making wine the normal way.
Yeah.
So you're making a white wine in this case, obviously. So you're going to press the wine, or press the grapes, get the juice, make some wine. But then,
Yeah, and with this you want higher acidity. So with the bubbles and everything, you need really high acid. So a lot of times you're picking your fruit earlier than you would normally for a still wine. So you've got to pick the grapes knowing you're going to make a sparkling wine. So
Right.
that's step 1.
okay. Step
Step
one.
2,
Step 2.
you put that wine into a bottle. You have to make sure it's a heavy duty bottle. Because the pressure is so high, any normal glass bottle, it will explode. So they make extra thick glass champagne bottles you've got to use.
That can withstand the pressure
Yeah.
of sparkling.
So you pour the wine in, and then you add just a little bit of yeast and sugar and cap it.
So the yeast in there is going to eat the extra sugar, create a little more alcohol, create a little bit more carbon dioxide, which dissolves into solution, which is where you get the bubbles.
Yeah. So once it does that, step 3, you wait
And wait.
and wait
And
and
wait.
potentially wait for like 3 years.
Yeah. But meanwhile, while you're waiting,
Yeah. All the yeast cells are creating alcohol and then they die. And then it just sits there on those dead yeast cells.
it might sound sad, but that's where you get those yeasty, bready notes, which is going to be good for the wine at the end.
Yeah. So then, we're already halfway there.
Wow.
Over halfway. Step 5.
Okay.
You need to move the wine bottles because you've got to get all of that junk, because you've got all these dead yeast cells, into the neck of the bottle. So back in the day, they used riddling racks, which is just a wood rack. Now they have these pallets that do it, but basically you're just slowly turning the bottle over a month or so. Slowly, slowly, slowly. So all of that stuff falls into the neck.
And then once it's in the neck, you can, well, next step.
Yeah, next step.
So it's all in the neck, right? So then in the next step, you're gonna freeze it, and the plug freezes. You open it up, that flies out, you shut it down.
Flies out very violently.
Like, you need full body protection.
Yeah.
Or
Definitely eye goggles.
yeah. So it flies out, but then you have a little bit more room in your bottle. So what are you gonna do?
This is the final step, step 6. You add in what's called a dosage. So dosage is a mixture of more wine from what you started with at the very beginning and some sugar. You want to make sure your sugar level is what you want your final product to be. So you add that back in, put in a fancy cork, put on a wire cage because of that high pressure,
Yeah.
call it a day.
And then it's time to celebrate.
Yeah. And a lot of times with champagne or sparkling wine, there actually is some sweetness to it. You may not be able to detect it, like a brut is actually got a little bit of sugar.
But the acidity and everything else going on with the bubbles and effervescence is gonna kind of trick your mouth into not realizing the sweetness that's there. But if it wasn't there, you probably would know.
Yeah. So we love this Surry Cellars Sparkling.
Pick up a bottle, celebrate NC Wine Month.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah.
And just because it's the end of NC Wine Month, it doesn't mean it has to be the end.
No. We wine mouths like to think that you should live every month like it's North Carolina Wine Month. So keep celebrating, keep visiting your local wineries, keep buying your local North Carolina wine, and
we'll keep talking about it.
yeah, we'll be here. So thanks for drinking along with us as we drink our way through North Carolina Wine Month with some of our favorite North Carolina wines and North Carolina wineries.
Yeah, and be sure to go back and check out previous episodes if you haven't seen all 6 wines we selected.
Yeah, and let us know what you might want to see more of in the future. Yeah, down below in the comments. Click to subscribe. And don't forget, embrace your wine mouth.